KSAT 12. The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Oh, go Spurs, go. We are just over 2.5 hours away from the Spurs' first home game of the season against the Dallas Mavericks. Wemby, the Frost Bank Center, the anticipation that has been building for this season for months. We have team coverage of all of it ahead of tonight's tip-off. Steve Spriester is live inside the Frost Bank Center to start things off. Hey, Steve.
I got to tell you, Myra, I said it at 5 o'clock. It's even more evident now. This is the hottest ticket in town right now. This is a sold-out game. They are only selling standing room only tickets. They have exclusive T-shirts that they have on the back of each of these seats here, showing off a local artist rendition. And I also want to tell you, there's obviously one reason why a lot of Spurs fans are coming. This is something they're selling in the ticket in the souvenir shop. Wemby as Jordan. There's excitement inside the Frost Center and outside. I had the chance to catch up with some fans who are the first in line to get in here tonight. This is what they had to say. What are you going to tell your friends when you get back to school?
I'm going to tell them that I went to the Spurs game, and if the Spurs won, then I'm going to tell them that too.
You can also tell them you're on KSAT 12. All right.
It's all about Wemby. This year, we're gonna blow the tops off.
Well, for our grandkids, a new era, a new time. We've lived through 5 championships. Now we need 5 more.
You know, you don't really get too many opportunities to be part of something like this, so I just wanted to be here. Historic night, for real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Day one for number one.
Yes, sir.
Day one for number one, absolutely. Wemby is the main attraction, but there's a lot of people who are also very excited about what this season means. It is opening night here at the Frost Bank Center. Both Mavericks and Spurs players are warming up right now courtside, so let's go down and check in with our Larry Ramirez. Exciting night, Larry.
Absolutely, Steve Spriester. Exciting is a word you will hear many times this evening. So we are now some 2.5 hours away from the Spurs' regular season and home opener against the Dallas Mavericks. And the excitement level surrounding this one is really at an all-new level, thanks in large part to Victor Wembanyama. Now, Victor did get a little taste of the NBA during the preseason, but tonight the real fun begins with the start of the Spurs' 82-game regular season schedule. One the Spurs hope will end with their playoff berth, ending their current 4-year postseason drought. The Spurs are the second youngest team in the NBA this season with an average age of 24. Portland is number 1 at 23.9. Wemby and Sidi Sissoko are 19 years old. And then you have the trio of 20-year-olds in Jeremy Sohan, Malachi Branham, and Blake Wesley. They are young and talented with a very bright future. Back on June 22nd, Wemby was selected first overall in the NBA draft, a moment he reflected on yesterday at Spurs practice.
Yeah, to this day, it's still one of the best nights in my life. You know, it was really a great event. Surrounded with people I loved, you know, and what was going through my mind. So I had the conviction that the Spurs were gonna get it, but still I had to, like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a kind of stressful moment, you know, and a very, very weird, you know, feeling.
And an awesome feeling for Spurs and their fans. At last check, Spurs forward center Zach Collins was questionable tonight with an injury illness, non-COVID illness. Now, he was at shoot-around this morning, getting up shots. Collins is part of the Spurs' very tall starting lineup that also features Wembanyama, Jeremy Sohan, Devin Vassell, and Keldon Johnson. And the Dallas Mavericks held morning shoot-around right here at the Frost Bank Center. All eyes are on Luka, who's dealing with a strained calf. Before today, it wasn't known if he'd play tonight, but he did practice this week. And being at morning shoot-around are all good signs for Luka and the Dallas Mavericks. Now, we will have more Spurs Mavs coming up at 6:30 with tip-off. Plus, as we get you ready for the Spurs regular season home opener, 8:30 tonight with the Dallas Mavericks. For now, let's send it back up to Steve Spriester.
Thank you, Larry. And yes, there is a lot of excitement, as I said, inside this building. This is opening night for really everybody inside this building, from the vendors to the ushers to the catering crew. There are some pre-game nerves on the court and off the court. And like I said, the activity in and around this building is palpable. A lot of energy out here. And a lot of people are thinking, if this Victor Wembanyama guy is as good as he's supposed to be, I'm going to be telling my grandkids about seeing opening night for for Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio. Live from the Frost Bank Center, Steve Spriester, KSAT 12 News. Myra, back to you.
Thanks, Steve. Night one for number one. Hope it all ends in a bunch of big victory for the Spurs. Let's take a look outside right now. Talk about the forecast. You know, I know it's muggy. I know it's warmer than we probably would like it to be this time of year, but it means some rain for us, Adam, which is good.
Oh, yeah, it does. We already have some rain falling from the clouds west of town. And notice our rain chances, the trend through the overnight hours. It's going to be up and down, but the keys here this evening through midnight, we get up to 60%, so widespread. And then again for the morning commute, widespread coverage up to 70%. You look at the radar screen at the moment, and it's not all that active. Some streaky showers and storms in the hill country at the moment. These are all following each other in turn. You could see a quick 2 to 4 inches at any point tonight because these storms are training. They're following each other in a line. These lines will be moving eastward gradually tonight, and then again we'll see some of that activity for the morning commute. But in and around San Antonio, you drive into the Frost Bank Center, the vault, or whatever we're calling it now. I don't think we have it officially down yet. Anyway, not a lot happening, but that will pick up in activity if you're leaving the game this evening. Anticipate some showers and storms. Maybe some gusty winds in the hill country. Notice our future cast showing that hit or miss activity this evening and tonight, and then especially again tomorrow morning. We've got the strong cold front to talk about when it hits, what it means for next week in a bit.
Adam, Steve, and I are definitely voting for the vault. Big fans. All right, let's take a look outside right now at traffic here. Loop 410 at Blanco. This was a slow spot at 5 o'clock. Still is an hour later. The westbound lanes are the ones coming towards the camera there. You can see it's a little backed up on the access road as well. So something to be aware of if this is part of your route this evening or if you are waiting on somebody who's coming that way. The head of the Alamo Area Council of Governments is out amid allegations of a hostile workplace. The ACOG board voted to accept Executive Director Diane Rath's retirement today. Rath was put on paid leave earlier this month during an investigation into, quote, certain allegations and grievances. ACOG, which is an association of local governments, would not confirm any specifics here, but KSAT obtained an anonymous letter purportedly from employees claiming that Rath called people names, used vulgar language, and had relentless negative criticism. Her replacement as executive director would not go into any detail either today, telling us he can't comment on personnel actions.
All I can say is that ACOG always has strived to create an inclusive and productive and professional work environment. We take all of these complaints seriously. They're investigated, and we always take appropriate action. And so we'll continue to do that.
Rath was not at today's board meeting, but in a statement to us via social media said in part, quote, there are always some disgruntled employees, but I am pleased with the board's decision and action. I wish ACOG continued success in the future, end quote. A San Antonio man who admits to killing a woman was sentenced to 40 years in prison today. The judge gave him the maximum punishment. Our Daniela Ibarra takes us inside the courtroom to hear from the victim's family.
A moment of strength.
I can leave here today knowing that Crystal's in a good place, she's being taken care of.
A family member of Crystal Garcia spoke directly to her killer. A judge sentenced Francisco Javier Garcia Ventura to 40 years in prison.
He took a piece of us too.
Family says the 32-year-old was in nursing school and loved helping others.
We're very heartbroken, angry with you, what you did, because she didn't do that.
Police say they found Garcia's body in Comal County in September of 2021, 1 week after her mother reported Garcia as missing. They say Garcia Ventura admitted to a family member that he killed Crystal Garcia. He says he had no other choice.
And then she hit me on my forehead, my head whiplash back, and I just went at her with my fist. So I think I had to defend myself.
Garcia told the judge they were arguing, then the fight got physical.
When you found her not breathing, you put her inside the box?
Yes, ma'am.
And why did you put her inside the box?
I have no idea. I wasn't thinking straight.
Her family says Garcia left behind 4 kids.
And I'm sorry for taking the mother's life, but I had to defend myself to either her or me.
The judge did give Garcia Ventura credit for time served. Once his time in prison is up, the judge says he'll be deported. Reporting from the Cadena Reeves Justice Center, Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
Trial dates have been set for the couple accused in a deadly dog attack that killed an elderly man earlier this year. Christian Moreno and Evelyn Schneider made a joint court appearance today. It was back on February 24th when investigators say their dogs were roaming their West Side neighborhood on Depla Street when they attacked 81-year-old Ramon Najera and his wife. Najera was killed. If a plea deal is offered in this case, March 8th of next year will be the deadline for Schneider and Moreno to accept it. If the case heads to trial, jury selection will begin on March 22nd. The couple faces up to 20 years in prison if they're found guilty here. San Antonio police are searching for the driver who they say hit and killed a woman riding a bicycle. This happened around 6:30 this morning on South General McMullen near Monterey Street. Officers say the driver did stop for a moment after hitting the woman, but then took off. No description of the vehicle has been released. Now, just yesterday here on the News at 6, our KSAT Investigates team examined some of the shortcomings of the city's bike lane system and the changes the city says it is making to improve things. You can check out that story right now on KSAT.com. Tomorrow here on the News at 6, Doc Talk. It is our new series featuring your medical questions on any subject. Scan this QR code you see here to let us know what questions you want answered by local doctors. KSAT 12's Doc Talk airs Thursdays at 6:30. Still ahead here on the News at 6, Toyota is celebrating 20 years in the Alamo City. How today's festivities were about more than just the company, but also the city's south side and its growth. Next.
Day of the Dead is a merger of two traditions, Mexico's indigenous customs and Christianity.
But the only thing that has changed is that it's not anymore a pagan celebration. It is a Christian celebration together with the whole church celebrating All Souls Day.
This merger began when the first missionaries arrived after the Spanish conquest, and they needed a plan.
It was a humongous task that then they said, let's just take their custom but make it Christian. So they took everything that they had for their cult of the dead, but Christianize it. That is why the Day of the Dead is celebrated in Mexico very differently to any other parts of the Catholic world.
The combining of traditions did bring change. The natives' month-long celebration was shortened.
They said, no, it's going to be only one day, which is the official day of the church, the 2nd of November.
The shift to Christianity occurred in very troubling times, and it was difficult for both sides. A miracle was needed.
Then something happened, the event of Guadalupe. Guadalupe appearing as an Indian woman, she was probably the most important or central element of evangelization and accepting Christianity in the New World.
So important that to this day, you'll find her placed atop most altars during Day of the Dead.
Toyota is celebrating 2 decades in San Antonio. Can you believe it's been that long? In that time, the South Side, where the plant is located, has changed quite a bit. Courtney Freeman reports leaders across the county at today's anniversary event highlighted the growth of the South Side that seems to be spreading.
When the Toyota plant came to San Antonio 20 years ago, it was unused ranch land.
You know, up the street, you just see neighborhoods that are going in that was nothing but scrub brush, that now are high-end home, and other businesses are coming of restaurants to support those.
Kevin Vogel is the president of Toyota Texas, which held a big 20-year anniversary event today at the plant. But the main focus was the community impact.
This is a campus of 9,400 people that have high-wage jobs, some of those over 6 figures, that allow this economic mobility to provide for their families and automobiles and houses.
The plant is in Councilwoman Adriana Rocha Garcia's district and has bolstered all the surrounding school districts, too.
So from giving literally trucks so that the kids could work on the parts, to investing in robotics programs, to just closing the digital divide.
Toyota has funded thousands of dollars in grants to Texas A&M San Antonio right next door to their plant for their STEM programs, as well as the 100 Club, which supports law enforcement officers and their families.
So this was not just a corporate celebration. It was acknowledgement of a core part of San Antonio's South Side and how it will keep contributing to the whole city's future of growth. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, we got a lot to keep track of when it comes to the forecast over the next couple of days. I know we've been talking about this big Halloween cool down. It's cold. It's going to be cold, not
It's
chilly.
going to be cold.
Cold.
Yep. Especially by our standard. It's going to be cold.
And when you get Adam Caskey to say it's going to be cold, you know it's going to be cold.
Yeah, big changes to talk about, right? It's an active weather pattern. I love it. Some beneficial rain, a strong cold front to talk about. Things are changing. Promising rain chances tonight and then again, especially Sunday night, but even in between some rain chances as well. Get to that in a moment. Strong cold front hits Sunday night. During the day on Sunday, daylight hours, it's going to be warm and humid, but then a chilly, cold Halloween. I mean, we're talking 40s all day long on Halloween. So we see it's huge temperature drop from highs in the 80s down into the upper 40s Monday and Tuesday, which is actually record challenging territory in terms of the record cold high temperatures for those days. Notice Wednesday, we don't warm up much, just into the mid 50s. We're in the 70s and 80s across most of Texas, but that cold air is starting to drop down into the lower 48. Parts of Montana in the teens. This is actually where we have heavy snow that's going to be falling. Minot, North Dakota at 28 degrees. Canada, widespread 20s. That's the core of the cold air. It's plunging southward. It's going to take its time to get here, but once this front hits around sunrise on Sunday, you'll feel it. Most of the fronts we've had so far have been gradual, that, you don't really notice it right away. Oh, you're going to notice this cold front. Slaps you in the face right when it hits Sunday evening. It's one of those kind of cold fronts. Wind's going to pick up, temperature's going to drop sharply and immediately, and then we feel the effects of it there on out. Halloween headlines really haven't changed. For the costume, warmest option at the warmest you can get. Just for example, for my daughter, we had, just a regular long sleeve t-shirt to go with it. We're boosting that up into a hoodie, all right, just to make it warmer. Same color, so it goes with the costume, but a hoodie. Temperature in the 40s during trick-or-treating. Still a little breezy, too. And then rain, there is a slight chance that some showers could linger. I think odds are going to favor most of it being out of here. It's still a little too early to pin that down. By the way, any trunk or treat Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a few passing showers, but generally will be okay. It's going to be more of what we've seen the past few days. What we're seeing right now is the activity starting to pick up in and around San Antonio here. And this is why we're starting to ramp those rain chances up over the next few hours, because we think we'll continue to see this activity developing and moving through. Now, it's moving very quickly. So, for example, this downpour near Alamo Heights, right near the airport, that's moving pretty quickly. So that's moving northward. That's going to be in Stone Oak by 6:40 p.m. We're just going to continue to see these coming and going with rainfall accumulations close in the hill country on the order of 1 to 3 inches in some parts of it, possibly even up to 4 as we see more of this rain. This is just over the next couple of days. 4 inches central and north Texas, parts of the hill country, as I mentioned, could see localized amounts up to 4 inches. But hill country and north of town, more widespread, 1 to 3 just through the next few days and in and around San Antonio. About an inch, but I think we'll have pockets of higher amounts because of the downpours that are going to follow each other. So up to a 70% chance tomorrow morning, gradually falling off through the day. Friday, a 40% chance, so still scattered. Saturday and Sunday, generally dry, only a 20% chance. It's Sunday night through Monday, we get those chances back up to 60%. Expect a wet morning commute tomorrow. The evening commute, not quite as damp. 82 degrees for the high temperature. And then, of course, we talked about that big temperature drop. Myra, how do you feel about the potential of dipping into the upper 30s by Wednesday morning here in town? Oh, yeah. Yep, it's possible.
Okay, is that normal, a drop that big, 80s to 40s this time?
With a strong cold front, yes. It can, yes.
Oh, South Texas.
We're just
gotta love you. All right, thank you, Adam. We're going to go back out to the Frost Bank Center as the countdown is on for the Spurs home opener after the break. It is all about the silver and black tonight. We are just a few minutes away from the start of our Spurs home opener special right here on KSAT. Let's go back out live to Steve Spriester at the Frost Bank Center for more on what's coming up ahead and what all those fans behind him will get to experience. Hey, Steve.
Absolutely, Myra. This is the hottest ticket in town. Some of these people have been here since 3:30 this afternoon for this guy, Victor Wembanyama. And you can tell that people are very excited about what they're going to see tonight. It is a sellout. They only have standing room only tickets, and there's a lot of excitement. The doors will officially open at 7 o'clock. They're not open yet, but once they get inside, they're going to see some pretty cool merchandise. Let's check in with RJ and David, guys.
Yeah, Steve, in just a few minutes, they're going to let people in here to start shopping for some of this great merchandise. I tell you what, been here a lot of years, and they have stepped up their game. I don't know if it's the Wemby fever we got or what, but the merchandise is really cool.
Yeah, a whole new set of ball caps here. The one shirt that I like, David, is the one that says the Spurs North American Tour, and they have all the dates, like a concert tour, and that's because of Victor Wembanyama. That's really what we're talking about here.
I'm going to get Adam to come this way. I want you guys to look at the rack of hats over there. I've never seen that many hats for one team. Look at all the hats. They've got some ladies' hats back over there. They must have like 30 or 40 different varieties of hats in here, which is absolutely amazing. And then you see all the jerseys over there, and I mean, it's Wembanyama fever, but there's still a lot of different jerseys, too.
Yeah, definitely. And on that rack right there, there's obviously all these different types of Wembanyama shirts, a lot of retro, a lot of old Spurs kind of looks with the turquoise, the pink. We are ready to go, David. This place is going to be packed. They're expecting a big night here at the fan shop.
Oh, okay. I see the Tim Duncan jersey, and I see right next to Wembanyama. I'm looking for George Gervin. I got to have a George Gervin to the Iceman.
Bringing back the ice.
There's Avery Johnson
Avery back
over there.
Okay.
And Vassell. But where's Ice? Iceman's got to be in here somewhere. There's Coyote.
Yeah,
we'll keep looking for Iceman, but look at that.
Look, Victor, this is the guy that everyone here to watch. Yeah.
All right, Steve, I know you said the ticket was hot, but it's hot up here, too, because these items are going to fly off the racks, I guess, Steve.
Yeah, you can't get it tailored yet, but look at this. We have a French flag, people representing Victor Wembanyama out here. And as we move on down the row here, this is the group of people who are ready to get in for tonight's game. We are just getting started here on KSAT 12. We're going to have a live stream coming up tonight at 7:30. Hope you'll join us then. Of course, we'll see you on the night beat. We have a Spurs special coming up next. Disregard that Dallas guy. We'll see you after the break.